Welcome into Santa Barbara, California for the Conejo Oaks and Santa Barbara Foresters. A sunny late evening on a Saturday. And the 3-9 Conejo Oaks will take on the 11-2 Santa Barbara Foresters. Zach, this is a Foresters team that used a win against the Oaks to propel themselves to a 7-game win streak. They're clicking on all cylinders. The Oaks, the other side of the story, 5 straight losses. I'm going to be honest, this is a big game for the Conejo Oaks, especially another road game tomorrow. At a certain point, this team's going to have to start racking up some wins. Why not today?
Well, I remember talking to you off broadcast before the weekend, and I said, I think a good goal for this weekend is 2-1. They've already lost one game against the Saints after that horrific 8th inning. I think they need at least one win this weekend heading into next week, because as the playoffs push starts heating up, they can't fall too far behind. But some more reinforcements coming in today. Will Pickett's hitting second today. So this lineup is basically full. All the reinforcements are in. I think we're only missing Angus Denton. This team is about as full as it's going to get. So if they're going to need to get a win, and they're going to need to start today, and they're going to need to start with the offense, because the Foresters pitching is very dominant, Jordan.
Yeah, well, their starting pitcher today is number 38, Luke Taggart. We'll get you the Oaks starting lineup first. And it leads off with Justin Ammons, the right fielder. Will Pickett's making his Conejo Oaks debut after spending the summer in Thousand Oaks last year, sitting second. Kevin Graham, in his second game for the Oaks, will hit third. Luke Taggart offers the first pitch to Ammons, and it's in there for a called strike. 0-1. Nico Lima hitting fourth, the left fielder. We got a chance to talk to him before the game. Go to our Twitter to check out that interview. Jacob Castro fifth, Ryan Yamashiro sixth. Next pitch to Ammons, swung on and lined to the right side to the second baseman. 4-3, Connor McKenna to Quentin Selma, and there's one gone. Steele Ledford, the center fielder, batting seventh. Zach Kamiko catching and batting eighth. Gabe Baldovino is playing second base and rounds out the Conejo Oaks order. Now batting for the Oaks is Will Pickett's, the shortstop. Taggart's first pitch to him is a strike. 0-1. Pickett's last year got off to a slow start with the Conejo Oaks. Really heated up as the season progressed. And next pitch is low. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 is in there on the inside half. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Eric Kennedy in left field for the Foresters. Diego Harris in center. Blake Hall, the right fielder. Quentin Selma, Connor McKenna, right side of the infield. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Elevated heater. Pickett's down on strikes, 2 quick outs. On the season, Luke Taggart for the Foresters has an ERA of .02. He's only given up 1 earned run in 11 innings pitched. He's struck out 10 batters and walked only 1. And now we see Kevin Graham. First baseman for the Conejo Oaks takes a ball high. Had a big season at Ole Miss. Yesterday, did not get a hit in his Oaks debut. He went 0 for 5. 1 ball, no strikes to Graham. Taggart's delivery, and the ball is inside, 2-0.
You know, I was talking with third base coach Cody Raymer earlier today, and he was saying Kevin Graham, he's just a little bit late. And I think right now on his swings, and I think he said that has a lot to do with the reps.
Takes the ball low.
It's been a little while since he played at Ole Miss, and as he continues to progress, gets the at-bats, gets the reps here for the Oaks, he's going to start to heat up.
2 balls and a strike. The righty deals. Elevated heater off the plate. That's actually going to be a walk for Graham, who's aboard first. Next up is Nico Lima with Graham on first base. Lima takes the ball in the dirt, 1-0. Sunny day here in Santa Barbara as the 1-0 comes in low and inside. Nico Lima's had quite the start to the season, 362. He has 16 singles, 4 doubles, and a home run. One ball, one strike. Taggart sets at the belt with a runner on first and deals the pitch. Swing and a miss. Sun is definitely a factor in today's game. It is blazing right down into the eyes of the hitter and into the eyes of all the fans.
And the broadcasters.
Nobody cares about that. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch to Lima. Swinging a grounder up the middle. Shortstop fields and tags second. Tevin Tucker takes it to the bag. And the Oaks are through a scoreless half inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. A runner left. Bottom up when we come back from Santa Barbara on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Bottom of the first inning from Santa Barbara, Eric Kennedy, the left fielder, leads off for Santa Barbara, followed by Blake Hall and Quentin Selma. Kennedy is the left fielder, and getting the start for Conejo today is Carson Carter from Texas Tech. Run through his numbers in a moment. Carter's first pitch is a fastball high, 1-0. This season, Carson Carter is 3-0 for the Oaks. He's gone 7 innings. Has not given up a run yet. Swing and a high fly ball to the right side in the infield. Second baseman Baldovino's under it for out number 1. It's a big out for the Oaks to get Eric Kennedy quickly. One of the best hitters on this Foresters roster.
One of the best hitters in the CCL this year.
Yeah, Kennedy was hitting .429 going into the at-bat with 13 base hits and 18 total hits. Next up is the righty Blake Hall, the right fielder. Where's number 7? Carter deals high and inside, 1-0.
So this is an interesting strategy. The Oaks employing what is called an opener, and it's a lot of Major League teams. The Tampa Bay Rays, the Oakland A's have been doing this lately. Carson Carter, who's a reliever, will probably go 1-2 innings, and then they'll just keep throwing relievers out there. Let's see how he does, because he's only been getting saves or maybe 1 or 2 innings at a time. I'm interested to see how he does to start the game, Jordan.
Yeah, it'll be definitely something to watch in this ball game. 1-0 pitch. Just below the knees, 2-0. This season, Blake Hall is hitting .279. He has 8 singles and 4 doubles. Carter's 2-0 pitch isn't elevated here. The appeal to first. Yes, he did go, says the first base umpire. 2 balls and 1 strike. Carter takes a deep breath, lowers the pitch. Ground ball to the right side. Baldovino can't get there. Rolls right underneath his glove and into right field. That should be an error on Baldovino. His second in as many days. Actually, I think they're going to be ruling it a hit, so Blake Hall breaks up Carson Carter's no-hitter, the second batter today. And next up is Quentin Selma. Selma's a .188 hitter with 3 singles so far this year.
And that's a play that Gabe Baldovino has to make. Slides right into your glove. I mean, we've seen how great a fielder he is. Those little mistakes he's got to clean up.
Swing. And a drive out to right center field. Way back out to the track. Justin Ammons, the right fielder, tracks it down and throws it back into the infield. For out number 2. A deep fly out to right field, and there's 2 gone in the inning. Nick Bellafronto is next, the third baseman. He's hitting .222 this year with 2 hits, both of them singles. Hall takes his lead off of first base as Carter hangs over and waits for the sign, then steps off for a moment. Look around in the stands. Everybody has their hands over their eyes, shielding the sun, as Carter throws over to first base. Very difficult to see the field today, but that should change as we move later and later into the night. Throw over again. Ball momentarily gets away from Kevin Graham. Carter comes set. His first pitch to Bellafronto is in there for a strike. Bellafronto, the outfielder, the third baseman from Stanford University. Foresters rocking their blue jerseys, red long sleeves, and pinstripe pants. 0-1 drops in for a strike on an off-speed pitch. And it's 0-2.
Bellafronto has a really open stance. You don't see that a lot. His front leg, his back.
Especially for a righty, you don't see that. Throw to first. Just a lob throw to keep Hall close. Pop up to start the game by Kennedy. Hall hit a single to second. I think Quentin Selma flew out to right field. No balls, 2 strikes. Carter's pitch. Down and outside. 1-2. Carter calls time to adjust his jersey on the hill. One ball, two strikes. Carter sets. The big righty gets his sign and offers as the runner goes. It gets away from Kamenko. Hall easily takes second and takes a big round, but goes right back to second where he'll stay with an advancement on the wild pitch. So now the Foresters have a runner in scoring position. Still scoreless, bottom one from Pershing Park. Belafronto steps back into the box. His left leg, his front leg, is all the way out on the outline of the left side of the box as a high heater comes in off the plate. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Belafronto stalking, going through his pre-swing rituals. Hall off second, a big lead, and he takes off. Swing. It's going to the opposite field, way up in the air, and foul.
That's a smoothie right there.
Oh, yeah. Foresters give the lucky fans who catch a foul ball a smoothie if they return the baseball back.
Bunch of kids on the hunt.
3 balls, 2 strikes again. Hall should be running off of second with 2 outs in the inning. Carter trying to get a clean frame to start this one off. The righty offers. Swing. Another high pop-up to the right side, into the tree, and out of play. And it almost drops right onto the head of a youngster. But he turns around and picks it up. 3-2 part 3 with a runner on second. Oaks left a runner on base in the top half. A long look in for Carter. The 3-2 toss. Swinging a grounder to shortstop. Tough bounce, but no problem for Will Pickett. Actually, his throw is wide of the bag. Kevin Cram can't get it. And rounding third, coming in to score, is Blake Hall. The Foresters take a 1-0 lead on the throwing error by Will Pickett. It's 1-0 Santa Barbara.
So we've seen already Gabe Baldovino with a misplay that was ruled a hit. That allowed a runner to get on base. And then we see right there a bad throw by Will Pickett in his first game for the Oaks. Got to clean that up. Defensive miscues costing runs once again.
Here's Zach Presno. Last time we saw him in a starting lineup, he made the Oaks pay. Takes a breaking ball low, 1-0. Yeah, that was a game at Spartan. We apologize for the technical difficulties. The Oaks have 3 runs across here in the top of the second inning. 2 base hits, an error, and a double by Zach Kamenko. There's a runner on second base, still nobody out for Gabe Baldovino. He takes low in the dirt, 1-0. Castro led off the inning with a single to left field. Yamashiro followed suit with a single to center. Steele Ledford hit a roller to the first baseman. Quentin Selma couldn't handle it. Tried to pitch it back to Luke Taggart covering. The ball got away. Next pitch to Baldovino's high. So on that play, Ledford was awarded second. Castro came in and scored, and Yamashiro went to third. And Zach Kamenko just delivered a 2-run RBI double down the left field side. Next pitch to Baldovino is in the dirt for a ball.
So there were actually 2 errors, both on Selma on that play. I checked with the scorekeeper. The first error was on the when he made the play. He couldn't handle it, and then the second error was when he threw it away. So the first error let Ledford on. The second error let Castro score.
Check of the runner. And here's the pitch to Baldovino. Swings and fouls it behind home and out of play.
Right behind us here. Another foul ball for Blumenberg.
Three balls, 2 strikes against Baldovino now. Still nobody out in the inning. Kamenko off of second. Taggart trying to wiggle his way out of quite the jam. It's been one of the bigger innings for the Oaks this week. Can they capitalize for more? Taggart checks the runner. His pitch, ground ball right side. Could be in the right field. A sliding attempt by McKenna, the second baseman. He can't get there. Kamenko, a big turnaround third. Scampers back to third base. Runners on the corners on another single. Still nobody out in the inning.
Back to the top of the order for the Oaks, the right fielder, Justin Ammons.
And back to the top of the lineup with Justin Ammons, who grounded out to second back in the first inning. Oaks have had leads here in Santa Barbara before. Oaks are still winless against the Stars so far, as we see Ross Cadena head out to talk to his right-hander, Luke Taggart.
And we've seen the Foresters, their bullpen can be dominant, so touching up the starter for 3 or 4 runs early in the game is massive, because we've seen this team, when it gets later, the Foresters can shut offenses down.
Oaks have faced the Foresters 3 times. They've had 2 one-run losses, the last coming on the 14th, 2-1. That was right here in Santa Barbara. The second time they faced off was in Thousand Oaks, a 10-1 win for Santa Barbara. Though that game was much closer than the score indicates, as the Foresters exploded for 6 runs in the 9th. First time these two faced off, back on June 9th, right here in Santa Barbara. Oaks had a lead, but lost that one 4-3. Next pitch to Ammons is low. Ammons has lit up the CCL so far this season. Sitting .353 in 19 plate appearances. Waits for the pitch. Runner goes from first. Ball's in the dirt. And that's a clean steal for Gabe Baldovino. He just keeps on adding to his team high. That's now 8 bags on the season. 2 in scoring position now for Ammons. Next pitch. Cracks one to the right side right at the second baseman, McKenna. Only play is to first, so Kamenko comes in and scores. It's the Oaks 4 and the Santa Barbara Foresters 1. A 4-run second inning, and they're still not done as Baldovino goes to third. And here comes Will Picketts for his second plate appearance.
4 runs and still only 1 out. Will Pickett's 0 for 1 today, but a great opportunity to make an introduction on this Oaks team here in 2019.
Pickett struck out swinging in the first inning. Swings and misses at a breaking pitch low there. Fouled back off the screen behind home. 0-2 to Pickett's.
Pickett's last season for Cal State Bakersfield hit .226 and 106 at-bats. 18 runs, 1 bomb, 13 RBIs, 22 walks, and 22 strikeouts. Interesting that he's hitting so high in the order.
Behind 0-2 here. Cracks one to left field. Could drop. It does in front of the left fielder, Kennedy. Baldovino jogs in from third and scores the Oaks' 5th run of the inning. Will Pickett, that's why he's hitting number 2 in the order. An RBI single. He's 1 for 2. It's the Oaks 5 and the Foresters 1 with still 1 out in the inning.
This almost feels like one of those releasing your frustration kind of innings where the bats are just flying. They've been fed up with how they're playing, and they're tanking them, Jordan. That's what they're doing. They're tanking them, and they're doing a great job.
Next up is Kevin Graham. He walked in the first inning. Still waiting for that first Oak hit. Throw to first. Pickett's back in safely. Last year, Will Pickett's hit .238 with the Conejo Oaks. Had 107 plate appearances. He had 20 hits. 19 of them were singles. Only 1 double. A strike on the outside corner. 1-1. Throw over to first. Pickett's back in, standing up. Foresters will have Cadena, McKenna, and Tucker in the second inning. 1-1 pitch to Graham. Grounder to second base. To second for 1. The relay back to first. 4-6-3 is how the 5-run second ends. A double play for Kevin Graham. He's 0 for 1 with a walk now. But in the inning, 5 runs for the Oaks on 5 hits. A couple errors. They don't leave anybody aboard. They lead Santa Barbara 5-1 as we head to the bottom of the second inning from Pershing Park. Keep it here on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Bottom 2 from Pershing Park in Santa Barbara. Conejo exploded for a 5 spot in the top of the second inning. The Foresters field Ross Cadena, Connor McKenna, and Tevin Tucker as the three do up here in the bottom half. Still Carson Carter from Texas Tech for Caneo. Starts Cadena off with a strike on the inside corner. Ross Cadena has been an Oak killer so far this season. Has 2 home runs against the Caneo Oaks, including a game-tying 2-run home run against the Oaks earlier this season right here in Santa Barbara. Swings and flies one out of play to the right.
Both of his home runs this season and most of his RBIs, most of his 7 RBIs have come against the Caneo Oaks. So, he enjoys hitting this pitching. But Carson Carter, one of the better Oaks pitchers this season.
Carter sets. Now the pitch. Low and outside. Cadena checked his swing. The appeal confirms that. Cadena wears number 12 for this team, one of the many talented catchers in the CCL this year. He's hitting .265. Swing and a foul ball down the left side. Backhand stop by Ryan Yamashiro, the third baseman. Cadena has 9 hits this summer so far. He has 4 singles, 2 doubles, 2 homers. And like you said, Zach, both home runs against the Caneo Oaks in big games. 5-1 Oaks. Carter trying to keep the Foresters off the board this inning. They scored 1 run on a hit in the first frame, but that was largely due to poor Caneo Oaks defense by both the middle infielders. Ground ball out to short. Pickett's sidearm throw to first, a bit short, but a nice stretch by Kevin Graham for out number 1. 6-3.
Now that is the Foresters, sponsored by O'Connor Pest Control. Please welcome second baseman number 13, Connor.
Yeah, the Foresters so far today have not had much success getting good contact on the ball. They're hitting a lot of ground balls, but everything's on the ground, nothing in the air. Besides, there was one fly out to Ammons, but so far Carson doing a good job grounding this Foresters lineup, which, as we've seen, can have a lot of pop.
Connor McKenna's hitting .261 this season. Second baseman in for his first at-bat. Slider stays high for Carson Carter. Carter features a low 90s fastball, but he can touch 94. A slider. When he's most effective, he's locating that heater and throwing the off-speed off of that. Next pitch is high, 2 balls, no strikes. Yesterday was a gut punch game for the Caneo Oaks.
There have been a lot of those lately.
Seems like every game this week has been that way. Swing and a missile to right field down the line. Ammons makes a running catch for out number 2, F-9. 2 gone. Tevin Tucker next. He's the shortstop for this team, hitting .238. 5 total hits this season, 4 of them singles. Tevin Tucker hitting from the right side of the plate. Foresters have been on the opposite end of things recently. A red-hot team. They've won 7 in a row. First pitch high, 1 ball, no strikes. The first win of that 7-game win streak came against the Caneo Oaks. The 2-1 win right here at Pershing Park on June 14th. 1-0 is high, 2 balls, no strikes. So I guess the Oaks feel like they started the streak. They should feel responsible for ending it too.
Up 5-1 so far. Great start.
This game's far from over, and I think everybody in this ballpark knows that. A 2-1 pitch, found back to the screen. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And I don't think that is unfair to say for the Caneo Oaks with
no, sir,
how much their bullpen has been struggling. Gave up 5 runs in the 8th inning yesterday in what was a close ball game before that. Carter's next pitch breaks too low, and the count's full. Payoff pitch upcoming. The day before last, Caneo, again, not the cleanest performance by their bullpen. Soon as first the pitch misses, or actually that's going to be a strike. Now the count is full. Again, we apologize. We do not have a view of the scoreboard here in Santa Barbara. So now the count full to Tucker. Yeah, 2 days ago the Oaks gave up 4 runs in the 6th inning from the bullpen. Swing and a miss, and Tucker is eliminated on strikes. The first strikeout today for Carson Carter, and he gets a 1-2-3 second inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. The Stirs go in order, and the Oaks hold a 5-1 lead as we head to the third on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Nico Lima takes a first pitch strike to start off the inning. 0-1 to Nico. Found out today, officially, Nico is spelled with a C, not a K. Swings and misses at the 0-1.
There was definitely some debate about that, conflicting sources.
Yeah, we've seen sources that should have known that it was a C.
I'm a little disappointed. I kind of like it with the K better, honestly.
I kind of agree. But as long as he keeps hitting, 0-2 is high, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Whatever works, man, whatever works. C, K.
Talked to Nico before the game today about his approach when he's hitting, and even though it seems like he's a dead pull hitter, he told me his approach is always to the opposite field. Breaking ball catches the umpire after it bounces in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Nico. It's interesting to me. He sees a fastball in, and I guess this is the rule of thumb for a lot of guys. You just turn on it until you can't turn anymore. And Nico is such an athlete that most of his hits go to left field because he's able to get through the ball so well. 2 balls, 2 strikes to him. Ground ball this time to the right side off the fence in front of the Oaks dugout and foul.
We were talking with Still Ledford before the game as well, and he was raving about how great of a natural hitter Nico Lima is.
I mean, he had a monster season at Oxnard. He's had 2 hits in each of his last 3 games. Home run and a triple in that stretch, too. Fastball up, count filled up. Lima grounded out to shortstop in the first inning. He's 0 for 1. Only 1 home run this season. It came in Orange County against the Riptide. Shattered back ground ball. 1 hopper to short. Tugger's throw to Selma is in time. And the second straight ground out to shortstop for Nico Lima. Jacob Castro is next. Though you didn't see it on the broadcast, he connected with a single his first plate appearance. That was to left field. He later scored. This is the part of the Oaks lineup that did the most damage in the top of the second inning. Oaks had 5 straight reach base. Castro takes a strike. It's 0-1 to Oaks DH today. Castro's really heating up. Past couple days, he's up to 281 on the season. The 0-1. Swings and hits one to the opposite field in the air. Left fielder Eric Cunningham in foul territory gets there, and he makes the catch for out number 2. Apologize for the brief pause in our video. Ryan Yamashiro takes down and away for a ball. Castro just flew out to left field. Nobody on, 2 away for Caneo. Steele Ledford on deck. Yamashiro swings and grounds one to first. Clinton Selma underneath it makes the play. Unassisted ground out to the first baseman. And just like the Foresters in the last half inning, the Oaks go in order. No runs, no hits. No errors, none left. Caneo leads 5-1 as we head to the bottom of the third inning on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network.
Third up for Diego Harris.
Diego Harris, the 9-hole hitter for Santa Barbara, leads off the bottom of the third inning. Oaks up 5-1 from Pershing Park in beautiful Santa Barbara. It's a couple miles, maybe even less, from the ocean. Oh yeah, you turn around, it's right there. That's nice.
Couple blocks.
Couple blocks. They all feel like miles to me.
Not much of a walker, huh?
No. Peyton Ebel's the new pitcher, and he starts off Diego Harris with a strike. Carson Carter went 2 innings, gave up a hit and a run, though it wasn't earned. Didn't walk anybody and struck out a batter. The 0-1. Harris shows bunt, but it was a bluff as he pulls back. Curveball drops low, 1 ball, 1 strike.
So Carter's still with an ERA of 0 through 9 innings.
It's a pretty good start.
That's fantastic.
You need an outing like that when you're facing a team that is 11-2 this summer. Pitch is low, 2 balls, 1 strike. Interestingly enough, this run for the Foresters, their offense hasn't been performing to their full potential. 2-1, roller to first. Graham fields the toss to Ebel. That's a pretty play. 3-1 on the ground out. It was an in-between play. Graham charged it. Ebel, his first instinct was to the first base bag, ran over, and Graham led him beautifully. 1 gone. In the 7-game winning streak, other than a 10-run outburst against Orange County, the Foresters didn't score more than 6 runs more than once. 2-1 a couple days ago, 3-1 before that, 4-2. These have been grinders. First pitch outside to Eric Kennedy, 1 ball, no strikes.
I think I mentioned to you before the game, Jordan. In CCL, there the 8 leading pitchers. I'll get that.
1-0 is low.
5 of the top 8 are Foresters. Brad Demko, Christian Winston, Drake Greenwood all have a 0 ERA in the CCL, and then Jake Jackson has a .82. Isaac Coffey with a 1. So their bullpen has been stellar.
2-0 pitch. Inside on a ball. 3-0. Yeah, once you get past the 4th or 5th inning against these Foresters, you're staring right into the eyes of the beast.
The Oaks have faced that this year, certainly.
3-0. Need a strike here. Gets it on the outer corner with a fastball. 3-1. Peyton Ebel, his uncle, is the Dodgers' third base coach, Dino Ebel. The 3-1 pitch. Another strike on the outside corner.
Man, talk about being hot. The Dodgers. Oh, God, they're on a roll.
That's true. One of the hottest teams in baseball, one of the most complete rosters. And certainly a team that's due for something special in October. Breaking ball low, so Ebel fights back from 3-0, fills up the count, but loses Kennedy on that last pitch and walks him. First walk the Oaks have given up today. Ebel this year for Caneo has gone 6 innings, has given up 3 earned runs, an ERA of 4.5, has struck out a batter and walked 5, but now 6. Blake Hall is next, singled to the right side his first time up. A runner on first with 1 away. Ebel throws over, and Kennedy's back in safely. Eric Kennedy this year has 12 stolen bases. That's a team high for Santa Barbara. Another throw over. Ebel knows the scouting report. Still yet to throw a pitch to Hall. He also came around and scored in the first inning. Hall did. Ebel takes a deep breath and offers the pitch. Little nubber to the right side and foul as it scoots over to the Oaks dugout. 0-1. Believe it or not, those 12 steals aren't even tops in the CCL. High fly ball, shallow center field. Steele Ledford in his orange shoes makes the catch and just lobs it back to Will Pickett's on the infield. Kennedy not going anywhere from second base, and that's a fly out. So F8, 2 away. Tops in the CCL in stolen bags is Basil Williams, the center fielder for the Academy Barons. Saw him a couple days back. Stole a bag in that game. Here's the lefty Quentin Selma, first baseman for the Foresters. With the runner in scoring position, he takes a high heater for a ball, and it's 1-0 against him. Selma flew out to right field his first time up. Big left-handed bat on this Foresters team. One ball, no strike pitch. Too low. 2 balls, no strikes to Selma. Ebel. Looking for out number 3. Outside on the fastball, and he's lost Selma to a 3-0 count. Selma, a California Golden Bear out of Clovis, California. 3 balls, no strikes against the Berkeley Bear. Ebel checks the runner. His offering is at the knees for a called strike on the fastball. Three balls at a strike. Ebel already walked Kennedy this inning. 3-1 pitch is low for another ball and another walk. 2 on, 2 away for Nick Bellafronto. Reached on an error in the first inning by the shortstop Will Pickett. Starting to cool down here in Santa Barbara. Nice day. Hooks are already 6.5 games back of this Foresters team. But if you watch the games that these two teams have played, you wouldn't believe that. Strike on the inside corner. 0-1.
The Oaks always seem just one step behind, whether that's errors on defense, maybe pitch location. There's just they're always one little piece away.
See if they can connect the dots today. 0-2 low to Bellafronto. Foresters hold a commanding 3-game lead already in the CCL for the first spot in the postseason. The Barons are behind them in second place with a winning percentage slightly better than the Riptide. Swing and a miss. 2 strikes against Bellafronto now. Yeah, the Barons are 5-4. The Riptide 7-6. They're both 3 games back, but like I said, the Barons slightly better. The 5.56 winning percentage. Caneo all the way back in last place. A .250 winning percentage. 2 on, 2 away. The 1-2 pitch swung on and missed. And Peyton Ebel has come out of the pen and pitched a scoreless third inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, 2 left. Peyton Ebel gets the job done. And we're on to inning number 4 from Pershing Park. Oaks 5, Sturs 1 on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Steele Ledford leads off the fourth inning. For play-by-play, here's my broadcasting partner, Zach Engberg.
Thank you, Jordan. Fantastic first 3 innings. And the Oaks with a fantastic first 3 innings. That 5-run second inning, and they're in the lead here in Santa Barbara. 5-1. Luke Taggart back out for the Foresters, and Steele Ledford back out for his second at-bat. Ledford reached on an error by the first baseman, Selma, and scored a run in the second inning. He takes that first pitch low. It's 1-0.
Talked to Steele a little bit before the game today. Oaks got here about an hour before warm-ups started, so plenty of time to kill.
Second pitch delivered, and it's inside, and it's 2-0.
And Steele, he's an interesting guy. You know, he told me he was offered a spot to play football, wide receiver for the Miami Hurricanes.
2-0 pitches in there, and it's 2-1.
Said he didn't actually start playing baseball until 9th grade in high school. Learning on the fly. He's done a good job.
The 2-1 pitch, and Ledford unloads on it, and that thing drops into right field. He's going to round first, and he's going to head to second. The right fielder gets a hold of it, throws it in. Ledford stops at second, takes a big turn, comes back. Steele Ledford with a leadoff double here in the top of the fourth inning, and the Oaks are in business.
They certainly are. Steele Ledford really turning on that ball, using that Corey Seager-like swing to his advantage. Steele Ledford is an athletic guy. I mean, like I said, offered to play football at the U in Miami. So when he's at his best, he's using that athleticism to his advantage. That swing was a perfect example to get through that ball and drive it to right field.
Zach Kamenko up. He's 1 for 1 today with a double. He also scored a run in the second. Fouls that first pitch off, showing bunt, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, Kamenko rewarded with another start today for a good job behind the plate yesterday, but also a clean single to left, part of a 1 for 3 performance with a walk.
The 0-1 pitch, Kamenko showing bunt again. Taggart looks back at Ledford. Short kick and delivers. That one's low, and it's 1-1.
For anybody
I was just going to say, this catcher unit is packed. There's about 4 catchers on this roster. Zach Kamenko, the fact that he's getting 2 starts in 2 days, that says something about what Coach Salih sees in him. So right now, Kamenko showing bunt again. Taggart's still worried about Ledford at second, and that pitch is in there, and it's 1-2.
What I was going to say, if you want a lesson in how you're supposed to set up for a bunt, take a look at how Zach Kamenko gets as low to the ground as he possibly can. Not sure if he's going to square here. They might let him swing with 2 strikes. But he's a great example of how you're supposed to set up for a sacrifice.
Taggart checks back at Ledford at second. And we've talked to him about a week ago before a game against the Barons about him framing pitches. Zach Kamenko is just technically, he's a fantastic baseball player. He works on his technique. He works on those little things that helps make a great baseball player. 1-2 pitch, and he fouls it off, and it's still 1-2. Great chance for Zach. Had a 2-run double in the second. Taggart stares in as Kamenko readies. Taggart's pinstripes are already dirty. Looks back at Ledford, and time is called. Right as Taggart was delivering the pitch. The Oaks have already touched up Taggart a little bit today. 5 runs on 6 hits. And a couple of errors by the Foresters' defense. Looking to add more to it here in the top of the 4th inning. A runner on and no outs. Still looking back at second. Delivers. Kamenko drives it. Good play by the shortstop. Nice throw, and that's a 6-3 putout. 1 down now in the top of the 4th inning. And Gabe Baldovino, 1 for 1 today, singled, stole a base, and scored a run in the 2nd inning. Good opportunity for Gabe right now.
Baldovino recently has kind of tailed off a bit with his numbers as he's gone down lower in the order.
Started out red hot, now down to 275 coming into the game. Fouls that first pitch off, and it's 0-1. Still with the team lead with 14 walks and only 6 strikeouts, which is one of the lowest among Oaks' everyday starters. And as you mentioned, Jordan, 7, now 8 stolen bases after his steal in the second inning. Wind's starting to pick up here. It's around 7:15. Baldovino fouls that one off. Bounces off of his leg, and it's 0-2. Sun still dead in left field, staring right at us. Hopefully it'll set soon because this makes it tough for everybody. Ledford with a lead at second. Pitch delivery, and it's high, and it's 1-2.
It's interesting. You think about professional baseball, rarely do you see a game start around 6 o'clock or 5:30 when the shadows are at their worst. But it's great practice because, funny enough, a lot of the postseason games in October are played at exactly those times.
Taggart's pitch is low and outside, and it's 2-2. Yeah, normally you'll see a 7:05, 7:07 start, something like that, or it'll be in the middle of the day. In Oakland, they do a lot of 12:15 starts, but it'll be 1:05, 1:07.
Yeah, but that's Oakland. That's a different story. They got to do some weird stuff to keep baseball there.
Hey, come on now. The 2-2 Baldovino fouls it back, stays alive, and it's still 2-2. And I know from experience in Oakland, the sun can absolutely be a problem. Not much sun cover there. Very similar here in Santa Barbara.
Obviously, that shot at the Oakland A's not quite warranted. Fun team to root for. Always the underdogs.
They do have to do some weird things though to keep fans interested. Team hasn't been as good lately. The 2-2 pitch. That one's in there, dropped in beautifully. A little peanut butter and jelly right there, and Gabe Baldovino is out 2 down now in the 4th inning. Justin Ammons, 0 for 2 today, but had an RBI in the second.
Not sure what type of peanut butter and jelly you're eating.
I don't know, it felt right.
All right. I liked it. I thought it was creative.
You know, I haven't had a peanut butter and jelly in a while. I kind of want one now.
I'll bring one for you tomorrow.
My man. Pitch from Taggart is low and inside, and it's 1-0. Ledford led off the 4th with a double down the right field line. But Kamenko and Baldovino, last 2 batters, both been retired, and Ledford is still at second. Hammond's trying to drive him in. He's been an RBI machine the last couple of days. Takes that pitch in there, and it's 1-1. Hammond's hitting .353 heading into the game and 17 at-bats. 3 singles, 3 doubles, 3 RBIs, 5 runs. He smacks that one into left field. Looks like it's going to be foul, and it is foul. And he heads back.
Justin Ammons is a player who is really, tailored already. He's already playing some great baseball. I mean, he's so consistent in the SEC, that's tough to do. But for Ammons, I think the next step is probably to add a little bit of power. You can see how he's spraying the ball all over the yard. I'd love for him to just get through one.
And he powers that one, and it gets into right field. Ledford rounds third. He's going to come home, and he's going to get across safely. Ammons heads to second, and that's an RBI double right there for Justin Ammons. Slides in there safely. A big 2-out hit for the 5'8" outfielder from Tennessee. And the Oaks now up 6-1 over the Santa Barbara Foresters. Great piece of hitting right there from Ammons, Jordan.
Oh, fantastic piece of hitting for Justin Ammons and another big knock for the Conejo Oaks. Start your engines, folks. This is what the Conejo Oaks offense is likely to look like the next couple weeks. I mean, top to bottom, there are no easy outs in this lineup that Dave Solis has fielded today.
Will Pickett's 1 for 2 today, had an RBI single in the second. The 5th run in that 5-run second. That first pitch is in there. And the season started, and this lineup was missing a lot of its pieces. Really, 4 of the top 5 batters were not here yet. And in the last week or so, we've seen them come into the lineup, and we've seen this lineup produce. As Pickett's is plunked. He was plunked on his left arm. Foul ball is called, and Coach Solis is coming out. Even I could hear that hit his arm. I'm not sure what the ump saw there. Very clearly hit his arm.
Yeah, Coach Solis immediately, I don't know if you could hear it on the broadcast.
Yeah, I don't know how you would think that that's a foul ball. But
well, what he said was he comes roaring out of the dugout. He says, whoa, whoa, whoa. How are you going to call that? I mean, that looked pretty blatant from both ours and Coach Solis' perspective. And now Will Pickett's is going to be checked on. The umps come together to review it. If it catches even a little bit of the bat, Zach, it is called a foul ball. Hopefully Pickett's is okay.
Looks like they're going to award him first base, as Justin Ammons was heading for third on that play.
They're checking on Pickett's left wrist. He is Coach Joe Garcia, the bench coach for the Conejo Oaks, has come out, and I think Pickett's for now is just going to walk it off, see if he can stay in the ball game. But
he was shaking it to try to wake it up, nodded and said, "I'm good, I'm good." He's going to stay in the game. And Kevin Graham 0 for 1 today. Walked and was left stranded in the first. Still awaiting his first hit as a Conejo Oak. And right now, 2 runners on, 2 outs is a great opportunity for his first hit right here to expand on the 6-1 lead. Trying to run it up on Luke Taggart, and the first pitch from Taggart, low. Ross going to try to frame it, but it's low, and it's 1-0. Pickett's at first, Ammons at second. A lot of speed on the base paths. Ammons, as we mentioned, 20 steals last season for the University of Tennessee. You know he'll be running on almost anything. Well, 2 outs, he will be running on anything. Taggart checking on him 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, and Graham fouls that one off. And it's 1-1. With Nico Lima on deck, if Kevin Graham could get a hit right here, possibly driving another run, Nico Lima coming up, that would be huge here for the Oaks.
A guy like Kevin Graham at Ole Miss, you got to realize this guy was at the bottom of the pecking order. He's only a freshman.
Takes that pitch low, and it's 2-1.
Comes to the California Collegiate League. He's around a bunch of guys looking to make it at the D1 level, a bunch of junior college players. I mean, the mentality immediately shifts. There's a little bit more pressure when you're the guy.
Absolutely. He's already third in the order first couple days, and he takes that 2-1 pitch inside, and it's 3-1 ahead in the count. Already 1 walk today for Graham, showing great play discipline. Went 0 for 5 yesterday. A couple of strikeouts. Still without a hit.
Added that he just moved, across the country for the summer.
It's tough.
I mean, off the flight, onto the baseball field. Had some real commitment.
Graham rocking the red gloves again. He drives that pitch. It's a grounder to the first baseman. Selma tosses to Taggart. That'll be 3-1, and that'll close the inning. But the Oaks, with a run on 2 hits, no errors, but they leave 2 stranded, expand this lead 6-1. The Forces will be up to bat in the bottom of the 4th. Keep it here on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Peyton Ebel back out again in the bottom of the fourth inning for the Conejo Oaks. Facing off against the DH Zach Presno. The Oaks leading 6-1 after that RBI single last inning. RBI double from Justin Ammons in the top of the fourth. Ebel had a no-run, no-hit third inning. The second pitcher used today for the Conejo Oaks. Elected to go with relievers and Carson Carter and Peyton Ebel instead of the classic starter. It's been a trend as of late in Major League Baseball. Ebel, the first pitch into Presno, and it's high and away, and it's 1-0. Presno 0 for 1 today, grounded into a 6-4 putout in the first inning. But he is a dangerous hitter, just like everybody else in this Foresters lineup, and we've seen him in action, and he takes a hack at that one. And it's 1-1. Presno hitting .351 on the year coming into tonight. 37 at-bats. The one pitch is outside, and it's 2-1. 9 RBIs, which leads the team.
4 came on one swing.
2-1 pitch is low, and it's 3-1. Ebel in the hole already. The 3-1 pitch from Ebel, and it's low and away again. Presno tosses his bat, takes first. And the Foresters in business here in the bottom of the fourth. Ross Cadena, who's also 0 for 1, grounded into a 6-3 putout in the second. Up to bat with 1 runner on and no outs against Peyton Ebel. It's starting to cool down here in Santa Barbara. The Santa Ynez Mountains painted behind the outfield. Beautifully, it's a beautiful sight. As Jordan mentioned, the beach right behind us, sun right in front of us. Great night for some baseball. First pitch from Ebel, framed beautifully by Cam and Co. And it's 0-1 to Ross Cadena. Presno not much speed at first. The stolen base, but Ebel throws back at him. Checking on him at first. Only 1 stolen base this season, but always a concern. The 0-1 pitch. Cadena, big swing and a miss right there, and it's 0-2. Ross Cadena hitting .265 this year, 34 at-bats, 7 RBIs. Another big bat in the middle of the order for Bill Pintard and the Santa Barbara Foresters. Well, that pitch is low and away, and it's 1-2. Foresters scored a run on a hit in the first inning and haven't scored since. In fact, haven't gotten a hit since. But Cadena hits that one into right field, and that'll be a base hit right there for Ross Cadena. And there's 2 on, no outs for the Foresters and for Connor McKenna. Right as I'm getting done saying they haven't had a hit since the first, boom, there's a hit. And Peyton Ebel now in a jam.
That's how it works, Zach.
Can't even read off stats.
Nope.
It's tough. Connor McKenna 0 for 1 today, flew out to right in the second. Tough spot for Peyton Ebel. First pitch is high, and it's 1-0. This can be a spot. It can be dangerous when you have a 6-1 lead. You can let off the gas a little bit. The batters, the pitchers, but with these Foresters, as the Oaks have seen, if you let off the gas even a little bit, they'll make you pay. Ebel delivers a 1-0 pitch, and that's in there, and it's 1-1. Connor McKenna, 6 hits and 23 at-bats coming into tonight. 5 singles and a double. But no home runs. That pitch is grounded to the third baseman. He'll go to second. No throw to first. It'll be a 5-4 putout. But the Foresters now with runners on the corners. 1 down for Tevin Tucker. Tucker 0 for 1 today. Struck out swinging in the second. Yamashiro made the right play there. That's about all you can do.
Yeah, he made sure to get the lead runner. Well, actually not the lead runner, but got to make sure you get the outs that you can.
He could have taken a chance there, try to tag the lead runner at third or get the lead runner the force out, but that's a dangerous play. Tucker hits that one into center field. Diving play by the center fielder, Steele Ledford. An absolutely fantastic play that easily saved a run. Wow, Steele Ledford diving. And there's 2 down now in the bottom of the 4th inning. What a great play by Steele Ledford, Jordan.
You know, it would be a fair question that a fan could ask. Why is Steele Ledford in center and why is Justin Ammons in right field? That's an SEC outfielder who's a very good defensive outfielder. Steele Ledford answered that question. We talked about it earlier in the broadcast. He's an incredible athlete, and he's just showing off what he can do on a play like that, not only to just get there for the diving catch, but to get to his feet quickly enough to hold Zach Presno on third and make it so he can't tag up. That's a sensational play.
Diego Harris up now. Diego Harris 0 for 1. Grounded into a 3-1 put out in the third. Fouls that first pitch back to the backstop, and it's 0-1. Presno was held at third after that great play from Ledford. McKenna held at first. Saved at least a run. That is absolutely a dangerous play from Ledford, because if he misses that, at least 1 run's going to score, possibly more. But it pays off. 0-1 pitch is high and outside, and it's 1-1. We've seen some stellar defense from the Oaks the last couple days, but also some terrible defensive miscues. The 1-1 pitch is in there, framed well by Cam and Cohen. It's 1-2. Ebel looking to get out of this inning unscathed. Zach Presno on third. Connor McKenna on first. Diego Harris up. 1-2 count. Ebel delivers the pitch. Harris smacks it to center. That one's going to drop. Ledford makes a jumping play. But Presno comes in to score. And the Foresters snag a run here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Close the gap 6-2 on that RBI single from Diego Harris.
Peyton Ebel left that fastball up. That's been the problem this inning. Ebel's now given up 2 hits in this inning and a number of hard hit balls this inning as well. If Ebel could get that fastball down, then he's in business. And he's still doing a pretty good job even without locating that fastball well. That'll tell you a lot about him.
It'll get dangerous here. Eric Kennedy up to bat for the Foresters. First pitch to Kennedy is just misses, and it's 1-0. Kennedy in CCL play, 3rd in batting average among qualified hitters with a .472 average. 17 hits, 12 singles, 2 doubles. He's been a machine. The 1-0 pitch is up and outside, and it's 2-0. And he's up here with 2 runners on. Connor McKenna on second, Diego Harris on first. Kennedy 0 for 1 today, but walked in the third. He takes 2-0, and he takes it high, and it's 3-0. If Kennedy were to get on, Blake Hall would be up next with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Ebel trying to end it right here. Kennedy takes 3-0 inside. It's 3-1. Big pitch right there. Well located. With Kennedy, you can't miss at all. You leave a fastball up. You leave a breaking ball hanging. And the 3-1 is inside, and Kennedy takes first, and the bases are loaded for the Santa Barbara Foresters. Already 1 run scored here in the bottom of the 4th. Blake Hall, who's 1 for 2 today, had a single and scored in the first inning, the lone run of the day for Santa Barbara. Dave Solis out now to chat with Peyton Ebel. And it looks like that'll be it for the lefty. The Foresters have the bases loaded. Peyton Ebel's pulled. We'll get you the new pitcher in the remainder of the 4th inning here on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Number 15, Noah Matera, the lefty, in now for the Conejo Oaks. Matera replacing Peyton Ebel. Ebel went 1 2/3, 2 hits, a run, it was earned, 1 strikeout, 4 walks, and he left the bases loaded here for Noah Matera. And Blake Hall is up to bat. Hall 1 for 2 today, single and a run in the first, flew out to center field in the 3rd, and he's got a great shot right here. 6-2 Oaks lead to close that gap or even tie the game with 1 swing. First pitch from Matera is outside. Kamenko slid, and it's 1-0. Ebel this inning. 2 walks, 2 hits, a run, and 2 outs. But he'd be tagged for a few more if Hall could put a drive into this one. And that pitch is in there on the outside corner, and it's 1-1. No, Matera this season, 5 1/3 innings pitched and a 1.68 ERA. He's been pretty good for the Oaks. And he gets all swinging right there. Tips off the end of his bat. That's a big strike, and it's 1-2. The Foresters with the bases loaded here. Connor McKenna on third. Diego Harris on second. Eric Kennedy on first. Blake Hall at the plate. Noah Matera, 1-2 count. Delivers just a bit high and outside, and it's still 2-2. Blake Hall rocking the all-red gloves. The high blue socks. And the blue Nikes. With the blue jerseys and the pinstripes. It's 2-2. Kamenko up, and the delivery from Matera. That one's touches the outside corner. Beautifully delivered. A little cheddar on that one, Jordan. And he will end the inning. But the Foresters with a run on 2 hits, no errors, and they leave the bases loaded. The Oaks still lead 6-2 here. A huge out from Noah Matera. The Oaks will be up to bat in the top of the 5th. Keep it here on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Nico O'Donnell in to replace Luke Taggart for the Santa Barbara Foresters. And Nico Lima up for the Oaks. The Oaks leading 6-2. Allowed a run in the bottom of the 4th. And with the 4-hitter up right here, chance to expand on the lead here in the top of the 5th. Nico O'Donnell has been fantastic this year for the Foresters. Get you his stats. And Luke Taggart's line in a second. The first pitch from the big righty to Lima. Beautifully touched down the outside corner. Luke Taggart, 4 innings, 6 hits, 7 hits, 6 runs. 4 of those runs were earned. 2 strikeouts and a walk. Tough outing for Taggart. Lima chops that one to the third baseman. Nice play there by Bellafronto. That'll be a 5-3 putout for the first out in the top of the 5th. Nico O'Donnell this season As Jacob Castro's up to bat for the Oaks. Nico O'Donnell coming into the game. 6 1/3 innings pitched, a 1.42 ERA, 8 strikeouts, only 2 hits, and 3 walks. He's been stellar. Just yet another big arm for Bill Pintard in that bullpen. Jacob Castro 1 for 2 today as that first pitch is inside, and it's 1-0. Had a single to lead off the second and scored a run on a 2-error play from the first baseman, Quentin Selma. He's been an injection of power into this lineup as he pops that one up to the left fielder. And that's an easy play there by Eric Kennedy. And there's 2 down now in the top of the 5th for Ryan Yamashiro. Yamashiro also 1 for 2 today with a single and a run in the second inning. And Nico O'Donnell making quick work of the Oaks here in the top of the 5th. The Oaks have already seen him a couple of times, and he always impresses. Yamashiro rocking his right elbow, takes the first pitch inside and low, and it's 1-0.
It's interesting, Zach. We talked a lot about Ryan Yamashiro yesterday, his first start in a while, and we were kind of concerned, would he be able to stay hot?
Nope.
He put those concerns to rest very quickly.
That's a ground ball to the shortstop. The throw is a little bit low, but a nice dig by Selma. Tevin Tucker, Quentin Selma combine for the 3rd out in the top of the 5th inning. The Oaks go down 1-2-3. No runs, no hits, no errors, no runners left on base. The Foresters will be up to bat in the bottom of the 5th inning, presumably against Noah Matera, but we'll find out in a second. Keep it here on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Noah Matera back up once again for the Conejo Oaks. He's facing off against Quentin Selma, the 3-hitter for the Foresters. Matera came in with the bases loaded, notched a massive strikeout for the 3rd out in the bottom of the 4th inning, left him loaded, and now he's back out once again. For the bottom of the 5th, and the first pitch to Selma is high and inside.
Zach, I'm looking forward to your trivia question today in the 7th inning.
Absolutely.
Do you know what it is yet?
I plead the 5th. 1-0 pitch from Matera. That one's high. Kimiko has to raise his glove up. Has a couple words for Matera. He's a little wild so far to start the 5th. And quickly it's 2-0 to Selma. Selma 0 for 1 today. Walked in the 3rd. Was left on base. And that pitch is inside. Selma dove back. Fell back. Fell on his side. Matera 3-0
Anytime you see that as a hitter, Zach, you got to step out of the box and take a deep breath. That's exactly what the hitter Quentin Selma did. For a second, his whole world flashed in front of his eyes.
That's scary. You got to. I'm scared for him, and I'm about 20, 30 feet away. The 3-0 pitch. That one's in there. Good frame by Kamenko, and it's 3-1. Matera, good response there. A couple wild pitches. Barrels a strike. The 3-1 pitch. That one's low and inside. And Selma tosses his bat, tosses his elbow pad, and he takes first base to lead off the bottom of the fifth. And Nick Bellafronto, 0 for 2 today, struck out swinging in the third. But up now the Foresters lead off the second straight inning with a walk. They only got 1 run in the fourth. Let's see if they can do something here in the bottom of the fifth. Bellafronto in his wide open stance hits that one to the shortstop. 6-4. And the throw to first is wild. Good play by Kamenko. Kamenko's everywhere. He was back there. Bellafronto is going to be safe at first.
See a new second baseman who made that throw. That's Alex Briggs coming in for Gabe Baldovino. It was a good play by Pickett on the relay to second. Briggs, it seemed like it just slipped out of his hands on the relay throwing. You're right. Zach Kamenko, Fundamental Baseball, the catcher, believe it or not, responsible for the backup on the 6-4-3 double play. And Oaks, well, they dodge a huge bullet there. If that ball gets out of play, you could have seen Selma at second or third.
I think they have to award Selma a second if nobody's there. But Kamenko was there, and Zach Presno up, the big DH. Takes the first pitch from Matera high. 1-0. Bellafronto on first, 1 down. Oaks leading 6-2. Zach Presno 0 for 1 today, but walked and scored in the fourth inning. Led off the fourth with a walk. Was the lone run to score that inning. Matera checks at first, delivers the pitch, and it's low. And it's 2-0. Matera still struggling with control this inning. Has been unable to locate the strike zone consistently. You got to be careful with Zach Presno. We've seen he can unload on a ball. 2-0 pitch is low. Kamenko traps it, and it's 3-0. It's a dangerous spot. We saw last inning the Oaks let the Foresters, a couple of walks, let the Foresters load the bases. Luckily, Matera was able to get him out of it, but you don't want to do that more than once against these Foresters because eventually they're going to break the dam. The 3-0 pitch is in the dirt. That ball rolls to the backstop. Kamenko. Bellafronto is going to stop at second. He took a big round at second.
Zach, you're right. This Foresters team, just a sleeping beast. And you don't want to wake it up. You don't want to walk them, poke them. That'll wake the beast. Yesterday, similarly, the Foresters struggled on offense until the fifth inning, which is the inning we're in right now. They scored 3 runs in the fifth yesterday to break a 3-3 tie and ultimately win 6-3 over the Barons. Got to be very careful right here for if you're Noah Matera and the Conejo Oaks.
Ross Cadena up, the catcher now for the Foresters. And on the flip side, the Oaks lately have been allowing crooked numbers late in games. Bad performances from the bullpen. First pitch, Cadena grounds it to Matera. Matera goes to the second baseman, and he's safe at second. It looks like there was a bad throw from Briggs. Bellafronto's going to come in to score. Zach Presno gets to third. It looks like there was another bad throw there by Alex Briggs. And a run is going to come across for the Santa Barbara Foresters. And it's 6-3 now. 1 down in the bottom of the fifth. Connor McKenna up.
Number 13, second baseman, Connor McKenna.
So not only do they not get an out, but an error by Briggs allows a run to score. And there's runners on the corners, and only 1 down.
That play started with Noah Matera's decision to turn back and throw to second. He did not have a play there to get Zach Presno. The runner was safe on a good throw by Matera, but it forced Alex Briggs to hurry on his throw, and he threw it away. And the Foresters get another run.
Already a couple bad plays defensively as that first pitch to Connor McKenna is in there for a strike. And we've seen this happen with the Oaks. A couple of bad defensive plays. They let a couple runs score that shouldn't be able to score. And then things come apart at the seams very quickly. Let's see if Noah Matera can calm things down here. McKenna puts a charge into it to center field. Ledford back makes a fantastic play at the wall. Zach Presno will come in to score. That's a RBI sac fly right there by Connor McKenna. Nearly a big fly. Ledford ranging back makes the play. And it's 6-4 now.
It's a new ball game, isn't it? A couple bad defensive plays by the Oaks. And this Foresters team, they're going to make you pay. Connor McKenna on that sacrifice fly to center field. He hit that ball 385 to the opposite field. Oaks are very lucky that there's no wind out to right field like there usually is here in Santa Barbara, because if there was, that would have been a home run.
That was a tough play by Still Ledford, showing off the athleticism once again, getting back there and making the catch. First pitch to Tevin Tucker, fouls it back to the backstop, and it's 0-1. Ledford has made a couple of great plays in center. A run scored right there, but it could have been worse. Tevin Tucker 0 for 2 today, struck out swinging in the second, flew out to center in the bottom of the fourth. And a bad throw on a pickoff attempt from Noah Matera. Kevin Graham can't get a hold of it. Ross Cadena is on second base. And another miscue defensively allows another runner to move 90 feet.
This is where those bad thoughts start creeping up in the back of your head. Losers of 5 straight. Start off the game with a big lead against the best team in the league. All of a sudden, you see that lead getting trimmed down lower and lower and lower. It's going to be important for this team to fight that mental block and get over the hump right here.
Foresters have yet to record a hit this inning, but they've recorded 2 runs, and they have a runner in scoring position for Tevin Tucker. That breaking ball is lofted in there. And it's 0-2. Matera could end this inning right here with a big pitch. Ross Cadena at second, takes a little bit of a lead. Tevin Tucker skies it. It's in foul territory, but Kevin Graham makes the play, and that'll end the bottom of the 5th inning. But the Foresters, 2 runs on no hits, 3 errors, and they leave a runner aboard. The Oaks lead 6-4. They'll be up to bat in the top of the 6th inning. Keep it here on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Steele Ledford up to face Nico O'Donnell here to lead off the 6th inning. As the sun finally begins to set, you see there's a great shot of that from our producer, Emily Hilsinger, leaving a nice yellow hue right above and behind the beautiful trees here in Santa Barbara. A great backdrop for an exciting game that's beginning to unfold here at Pershing Park in that first pitch from Nico O'Donnell. Perfectly delivered in its own one. Steele Ledford today. 1 for 2, reached on an error from Quentin Selman, scored a run in the second, and had a double and a run to lead off the 4th. Fouls the 0-1 pitch off, and it's 0-2. Nico O'Donnell had a perfect inning, 3 up, 3 down in the 5th. No surprise, he's been fantastic all season. The big 6'5", 210 righty out of the University of Texas. Rocking the blue long sleeves tonight. The 0-2 pitch is low, and it's 1-2. We're very thankful that the sun is down. That was becoming a problem not only for the players, but for us and for the fans. And now it's created a beautiful scene here. Nico O'Donnell, a 1-2, beautifully delivered. Add a little grunt to it. And Steele Ledford is down on strikes with his bat still in his hands. 1 down in the top of the 6th, and Zach Kamenko up. Zach Kamenko had a 2-run double and ended up scoring in that big 5-run second inning for the Oaks. Grounded into a 6-3 putout in the 4th, and he's up here with 1 out. No runners on against Nico O'Donnell. First pitch is high, bounces off of Ross Cadina's glove. Bounces right into the ump. Shakes it off quickly, and it's 1-0.
I think that's so impressive to me about Nico O'Donnell. Not his stuff. Believe me, that's impressive in its own right. But his poise on the hill, he looks like a 5-10-year veteran in the league.
Oh, he looks like a big league arm. Kamenko lofts that one in a nice play from Bellafronto at third. Makes that one right up against the Foresters' dugout, and there's 2 down now. In the top of the 6th, Gabe Baldovino hitting at the bottom of the order. The last hope in this inning for the Oaks as Justin Ammons waits in the on-deck circle. Baldovino 1 for 2 today, also singled. Got a stolen base and scored a run in the second. Struck out looking in the 4th. One of Luke Taggart's 2 strikeouts on the day. And he grounds that one to the shortstop. A nice ranging play from Tevin Tucker right there, and that'll be a 6-3 putout. Another 1-2-3 inning for Nico O'Donnell. He's gone 2 innings, and he's been perfect. The Oaks, no runs, no hits, no errors, no runners left on base, and they still lead 6-4 as we head into the bottom of the 6th inning. Keep it here on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Noah Matera back out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Allowed 2 runs to come across the plate for the Foresters last inning. Diego Harris up at the bottom of the order for the Foresters. Shows bunt right there. Ball is outside, and it's 1-0. Noah Matera coming into today 1-0 and 5 1/3 innings. Only allowed 1 run. That second pitch is high, and it's 2-0. Only 2 strikeouts, 4 hits, 3 walks. We've already seen him allow 2 walks today. And a couple errors as well, allowed a couple of runners across. The Foresters no hits last inning, and that 2-0 pitch is high. Good stop by Kamenko. And it's 3-0. Matera once again struggling with his command here in the bottom of the 6th. Diego Harris had an RBI single in the 4th. Drove in the only run of that inning and the second run of the game. And that'll be a 4-pitch walk to lead off the inning for Diego Harris. And Eric Kennedy, the big lefty, will come up to the plate. Kennedy already 2 walks today, but he's 0 for 1. Popped out to second in the 1st.
Not a free pass you want to give out. Diego Harris, a lot of speed on first. He has 3 bags this summer. But you can get him because he's been caught twice this summer and he's been picked off once.
And you see the lefties with the quick pickoff move. We'll see if Noah Matera utilizes that right here. He's staring down Harris, turns his attention to Kennedy, and he fires a strike right there. It's a big strike. First of the inning, and it's 0-1 to Kennedy.
You got a game within the game here, and the game is between Matera and Harris on first. Harris is kind of jabbing towards second base, trying to get in the head of Matera, maybe cause him to balk.
Matera throws to first. Yeah, Harris taking a lead and then taking little mini steps, little stutter steps towards second.
And believe me, these players understand. Harris understands he's been caught twice. Every little step matters.
And you can't take your attention away from Kennedy because Kennedy, one of the best hitters in the CCL. And he hits that one to second, or to the short. 6-4, cannot get the throw to first. Kennedy will be across, but they get the lead runner at second. There's 1 down, a runner on. Blake Hall up.
On that play, Will Pickett's. It's tough because it's a new infield. This is the first time Will Pickett's and Alex Briggs have played on the same infield together. And Pickett's, his first instinct, which is probably the right instinct, was to take the ball himself and tag second to make it an unassisted tag out and then throw to first for the double play. Instead, he threw to Briggs. And because of the toss, the Oaks had no chance to get the runner, Eric Kennedy.
Matera throws to first. And talk about speed, Jordan. Eric Kennedy, 12 stolen bases, as you mentioned earlier this season. He's a threat at the plate and on the base paths.
It's not a matter of if with him. It's a matter of when.
Absolutely. Matera obviously worried about Kennedy. Stares him down. Turns again. Has yet to deliver a pitch to Hall. 2 pickoff attempts to Kennedy. It's 8-10 here in Santa Barbara. Chilly night. Blake Hall goes for a drag bunt right there. Fouls it back, and it's 0-1. Hall 1 for 3 today. Struck out looking in the 4th. That was Matera's first batter faced tonight. Ended the inning with the bases loaded. But he had a single and a run in the first. The only run scored in that inning for the Foresters. He's up here with a runner on, and he fouls that one off as well, and it's 0-2 to Blake Hall. Coach Solis went with the opener tonight. Carson Carter went a couple of innings. Peyton Ebel went 1 2/3, and so far Noah Matera has gone 1 2/3 as well. We'll see how many more pitchers Coach Solis will throw out there tonight, but so far, strategies work. They're up 6-4. Kennedy runs. Matera with the breaking ball. Perfect execution. right there by Eric Kennedy. He gets to second without having to slide. It's 1-2 to Blake Hall. And he has a shot right here with a runner in scoring position.
Could be a coincidence, but I doubt it with the extensive baseball knowledge that Bill Pintard, the head coach of the Foresters, has. But on the first breaking ball thrown by Noah Matera in the count, that's when Eric Kennedy decides to steal second base.
You know Bill Pintard does his research. The 1-2 to Matera, and he gets Blake Hall swinging. He was down on his knees like he was trying to propose right there. And there's 2 down now in the bottom of the 6th. Quentin Selma up. Selma 0 for 1 today. 2 walks. No runs so far. Flew out to the right fielder in the first. And he's up with a runner in scoring position. Matera looking to get out of this inning. Leaving a runner stranded. The Foresters 4 runs so far today, only 3 hits. Kennedy takes a couple big steps towards third. Runs back, and that first pitch is outside, and it's 1-0.
This could be Matera's last batter to be faced. Regardless of the result, you got Bellafronto on deck, the right-handed hitter, who's hit the ball on the nose a couple times today. Left on left here.
The 1-0 is low, and it's 2-0. And that's been the formula tonight. Every pitcher around 2 innings. You don't want to stress those arms anymore. And here in the bottom of the 6th, I'd expect at least 2 more pitchers for the Oaks tonight. Matera checks on Kennedy at second. Kennedy takes a big lead, fires that one in there. That's a big strike, and it's 2-1 to Quentin Selma.
Zach Kamenko did a huge favor to Noah Matera right there. Ripped that ball back from the left-handed batter's box onto the outside corner.
And he is fantastic at framing pitches. He knows his spots. Matera checks on Kennedy. 2-1 count, delivers, and that one's low. Selma holds back, and it's 3-1. This is a dangerous spot for Matera. As we saw last inning, the Foresters, great plate discipline. And once they get on, they know how to get over and get in even without a hit. They scored 2 runs last inning. Did not record a hit. Matera steps off. He's thinking about Kennedy at second. He's a force on the base paths. The 3-1 pitch, 2 outs. Kennedy at second. The delivery. That one's a little bit low. Kamenko tried to frame it. Quentin Selma would take first base. And there's 2 on now for the Foresters here. In the bottom of the 6th inning, Nick Bellafronto coming out. And just as you expected, Jordan, Coach Solis coming out to talk to Noah Matera and possibly pull him out of this game. A dangerous spot for the Oaks right here. Holding on to a slim 2-run lead.
See if Coach Solis pulls the ball. Got a righty up in Bellafronto. I'm sure Bellafronto is salivating at the opportunity to hit against the left-handed pitcher. Coach Solis, though, like he always does, giving Matera a chance to plead his case. And what do you know? The confidence in the left-hander keeps him in.
Matera, already 4 walks tonight, but a couple of strikeouts. And you take away a couple of defensive miscues on the part of Alex Briggs, and he may have been able to get out of that 5th inning with no runs allowed. We'll see if he can do the same. Keep this a 6-4 Oaks lead here. Nick Bellafronto up. The righty from Stanford, the delivery, Bellafronto, the big swing, and he fouls it back towards the backstop, and it's 0-1.
Bellafronto was right on that pitch, Zach. His facial expression after he fouled that one back was more like a whew, just missed that one. Got to catch the corner if you're Noah Matera here.
I'm sure Noah Matera feels the same. He lucked out right there. Bellafronto, the beautiful all-brown bat. That one pitch is outside, and it's 1-1. Montero checking on Kennedy at second. Delivers. Bellafronto pops it up. Let's see if somebody can make the play. Ledford comes in, calls him out. Ledford makes the nice play. And the Oaks get out of that inning. The Oaks, or the Foresters, no runs, no hits, no errors, and they leave 2 aboard. The Conejo Oaks keep a 6-4 lead as we head to the top of the 7th here. Keep it here on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Nico O'Donnell back out for the Foresters. Justin Ammons leading off the top of the 7th inning. The leadoff hitter and the right fielder for the Oaks. The Oaks with a 6-4 lead, and for play-by-play in the 7th, 8th, and 9th innings, I'll throw it back to my partner, Jordan Brenner. Jordan?
Thank you, Zach. Great job today. Well, folks, top 7, getting that time. 6-4 Conejo. Please keep your hands and feet inside the vehicle at all times. This should be a bumpy ride. Justin Ammons leads off here in the top of the 7th inning, and he takes a heater low for a ball, 1-0. Ammons today is 1 for 3, doubled in the 4th inning. Grounded out to second, both in the 1st and 2nd, and in the 2nd he got an RBI out of it. O'Donnell comes set. He has been nothing short of fantastic today. Bunt laid down. Ammons tumbles as he tries to race to first. Luckily, the ball's foul, and the count is 1-1. Thankfully, the sun is now completely gone over the hills in left field, revealing a beautiful sunset that our producer Emily Hilsinger was on top of. She got a great shot of it on our feed. 1-1 to Ammons. O'Donnell stares in and fires. Foul back high in the air, left side, headed towards the tennis courts. Foresters were locked in a tight one yesterday against the Academy Barons, a team that could take the cake as the most improved CCL team this season. They were deadlocked at 3 until the Foresters scored 3 in the 5th, broke it open, made it a 6-3 game, secured their 7th straight victory. They're behind here, unfamiliar territory, as the 1-2 pitch is a fastball that forces Ammons off the plate, and it's inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Oaks, on the other hand, have been on the other end of things. Yesterday, they lost it late against Arroyo Seco. They were down 4 after the 1st inning, and they clawed their way back, 2-2. Breaking ball, that comes back. A called 3rd strike, a big league curveball for Nico O'Donnell. Ammons down on strikes.
Everything he does is big league, Jordan.
That is now his second strikeout of the ball game. O'Donnell replaced Luke Taggart back in the 5th inning. He's retired 7 in a row. Will Pickett's next, making his Oaks debut. Already a base hit to left field that scored a run back in the 2nd inning. Will takes a strike. Pickett's, his numbers from last year, they won't impress you, at least on the surface. He hit .238, which is, a solid number. Well, actually, it's going to be Alex Briggs here, but we'll keep talking about Will. 0-1 is high. Forgot that. Briggs came in and replaced Baldovino at second, and apparently it was some sort of double switch. Briggs now hitting in the 2 spot. Anyway, Pickett started the year. He was hitting under the Mendoza line for weeks, and then he caught fire. 1-1 fouled back out of play, right side, deep into the trees of Pershing Park. 1-2. This is Briggs' first at-bat of the ball game. Kevin Graham, the first baseman, on deck. We're still waiting for him to check in with his first Oaks hit. He was a .250 hitter in the SEC. 1-1 strike, 1 away, nobody on. Oaks up 6-4 as the pitch is offered. A high heater, swung on and missed. And down on strikes goes Alex Briggs. That's now 2 straight Ks for Nico O'Donnell. 3 on the game, 2 gone here in the 7th.
The first baseman, Kevin Graham.
See a big-time matchup between 2 of the best prospects in the CCL here. O'Donnell from Texas of the Big 12. And here Kevin Graham representing Ole Miss of the SEC. 2 gone, nobody on. Strike, a ball taken below the knees. 1-0. Oaks have been super interesting this year because their biggest strength has been their ability to come back late in games. While at the same time, their biggest weakness has been giving up big innings late in games to other teams. Next pitch low, 2 balls, no strikes. It has just been a long week. You can see it in the players and the coaches. But the motto before today's game, we saw it hanging up in the dugout, Zach. No excuses. 2 balls, no strikes. 2 away, the pitch. Inside corner on a ringing heater. 2 balls and a strike.
And I think we both know, Jordan, that winning cures everything. So if, despite how they started this week, a couple of wins this weekend to close it out, that'd be huge for this team.
There's no doubt about it. Middle of the week next week, those have a 3-game homestand. Be nice to get 1 or 2 wins before then. 2-1 cranked high and deep out to left field. Kennedy back at the track. He runs into the wall, and he makes the catch. Eric Kennedy. Spectacular play in left field. I thought that Kevin Graham went oppo for a second. Instead, Eric Kennedy secures the 3rd straight 1-2-3 inning for the Santa Barbara Foresters. And Kevin Graham still 0-4 as the Conejo Oak. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. Bottom 7 when we come back on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Wind swirling here in Santa Barbara as Zach Presno digs in for his fourth plate appearance. He's only had one official at bat, though. He's 0 for 1. He's walked twice and scored 2 runs. You know, there's more than that in the tank, though. But a first pitch off speed from Noah Matera, and it's 0-1. Zach, now we turn to you. Last time you gave me a trivia question, I mean, I thought about it for hours. I was so disappointed in you. You gave me an 8 out of 10 on it. Another breaking ball for a strike, 0-2.
You called it like a 6.
Yeah. I'm over it, okay?
I hope
Quit
so.
talking about it.
You got to have a short memory.
But today you have a better one?
I hope so. I'll give it to you after this Noah Matera pitch.
0-2 to Presno. Matera's offering high heat. Check swing, the appeal. He did not go, says the first base umpire.
So I had one
1-2.
coming into the game. Walker Buehler last night had a fantastic performance, 16 strikeouts, no walks. And I was going to ask you a question about that, but that has literally never happened in Major League Baseball. So I had to scrap that one.
The 1-2 pitch. Swing. The bat goes flying over to the dugout. Did he get a piece? He did not. That's a strikeout swinging. Presno strikes out for the first time today. And he has to walk slowly back to the dugout and apologize to his teammates for giving him the scare of their life.
Wow, that's scary, Jordan. My goodness.
That is the third strikeout for Noah Matera out of the pen.
Man. All right, so you ready for the question?
I'm ready.
So this, I'm not sure how related this is to anything, but I was looking at the records. There are a couple guys who have appeared in a lot of World Series, and I'll finish this question after this first pitch.
Ross Cadena, the new hitter, lines one down the left field side. That's fair. And into the corner. The speedy catcher hurtling around first. The throw to second, not in time. A head-first dive for Ross Cadena, and he's got his second hit of the ball game. The tying run will come to the plate in Connor McKenna.
So the all-time leader, Jordan, in wins in the World Series, I'm not going to tell you the name. He has 10 wins in the World Series. Can you tell me who that pitcher is?
That's a good question.
There is one player all-time who has 10 wins in the World Series.
10 wins in the World Series.
Tell me who it is. I'll give you a hint. It's a New York Yankee. I mean,
New York Yankee.
You could have guessed that. I'm not going to tell you when, but he has 10 wins.
Thank you.
Yes.
Connor McKenna, the new hitter. The righty takes a strike at the knees. My first instinct was Sandy Koufax for his, legendary performances in the World Series, but I know Koufax had his career cut short.
Short career, yeah.
But when he was on the field, good luck. No balls and a strike. McKenna begins to offer, but holds up. No swing, and that's a ball in the dirt. 1-1.
That's a guy you talk about, one of the highest peaks in history. I mean, obviously, he was around 30, 31 when his career was cut short, but he was so stellar in that short amount of time. Some of the greatest performances of all time.
This is a tough question for me. You think about some of the great Yankees, you're thinking mostly hitters, aren't you? Maybe. So World Series wins.
Yes.
This has to be an old-timer. Doesn't it?
Does it? I don't know. That's a good question.
We're already getting some feedback on our Oaks YouTube page. We always appreciate it. This one from Vern Merrill, a former Oaks GM. Line drive into left field. That'll be a base hit. Lima charges. He picks it up and throws to the plate. It's off the mark, but Cadena holds at third. Runners on the corners. Only one out in the inning. And Santa Barbara now has the go-ahead run at the plate in Tevin Tucker.
Back at it again this inning. I feel like each of these last 4 innings, they've been scratching at the door. The Foresters have had the bases loaded in the 4th, had a couple runners on in the 5th, a couple on in the 6th.
Time called Kamenko to talk to his lefty, Noah Matera. This is tough for me. And I'll be honest with you, I am a big baseball fan. I would not call myself a historian of the game. And you have identified one of the holes in my baseball knowledge. So congratulations. Big spot here, though, Zach. Runners on the corners. Cadina's on third. McKenna's on first. Tevin Tucker, the shortstop, is hitting. He is 0 for 3 today. Coach DeLees has already gone out to talk to Noah Matera on one occasion. He's trusting his lefty here again. This is a huge spot in the Oaks season, a pivotal moment. Oaks trying to snap their 5-game losing streak and at the same time break a 7-game winning streak for the Santa Barbara Foresters.
And it looks like Raul Sandoval will come in the game. But absolutely, this is a massive spot. This is a massive spot for Noah Matera.
Raul Sandoval into the game in center field for Steele Ledford. Tevin Tucker, the shortstop, big spot for the young man. The Oaks are one pitch away from getting out of this inning. At the same time, they're a pitch away from losing their 2-run lead. It was a 5-run second that gave the Oaks a 5-1 advantage. First pitch, bunt shown. He did not go, says the first base umpire. And an interesting decision here for the Foresters. Not sure if that was Tucker's doing or if it was Bill Pintard on the call, showing bunt in a 2-run game.
That's a dangerous play.
I mean, it was a safety squeeze attempt. So now Yamashiro from third plays shallow as the 1-0 pitch is lined down the left field side. Left fielder Lima runs over, makes the catch, throw back to the infield, is not cut off. The play at the plate, and the runner is safe. Ross Cadena slides in past the tag of Zach Kamenko. The Oaks, they have a 6-5 lead now. It could have been worse if that ball dropped. Nico Lima, nice job to get to that ball and get it back into the infield. But the Foresters draw some blood, and they're a bit closer.
Yeah, nice play getting there and showed off the cannon and left. Got that throw, and it was a little bit off target. But this is what the Foresters do. They claw, they claw, they claw. They knock on that door. Only down 1 now, still a runner on base. They're good top and bottom through the order, Jordan.
That's a trade the Oaks will make, though, to get the second out of the inning. It's hit hard, though. Here's Diego Harris. Harris shows bunt, gets it down beautifully left side. Matera gives it to Yamashiro. He bare hand picks it. No play at first. Harris digs for first safely, and he's now 2 for 3 with the second hit of the game. He walked in the 6th, single in the 4th, grounded out back in the 3rd. Back to the top of the order where Eric Kennedy, one of the CCL's best hitters, has a chance to put the Foresters back in a tie or on top.
I feel like this is the 4th straight inning that Kennedy has been up to bat. In each of those 4 innings, he's been up to bat in a big spot. They're not going to keep getting lucky with him in a big spot. He's going to come through eventually.
2 runners on, 3 hits already for the Foresters. First pitch from the lefty Matera to the lefty Kennedy. A called strike on the outside corner. Kennedy is 0 for 2. Grounded into a fielder's choice in the 6th and stole a bag thereafter. Popped out in the 1st. He's walked twice. Next pitch, breaking ball a bit outside. And it's 1-1. The Foresters have 7 outs to work with to score a run and tie it. Good opportunity to do it here. They have 5 runs total today. 4 have come since the 4th inning. Swing and a foul. And Kennedy's got 2 strikes against him, 1 and 2.
This is where, in the past few games, things have come apart for the Oaks. They would allow a lot of runs in this situation. Let's see if Noah Matera can keep it to only 1 here and keep the lead in the 7th.
Runners on first and second. 2 outs in the inning. Matera peers in. He shakes off Kamenko, who steps up and takes a pause before this massive 1-2 pitch. On second is McKenna. On first is Harris. Now the set from Matera. He checks the runner at second, and the 1-2 pitch comes. Fastball high, foul ball, or it's a fly ball, fair territory at first, and Kevin Graham's under it to retire the side. Pop up to the first baseman, and the Foresters only get one here in the 7th. A run on 3 hits, no errors. They strand 2 runners aboard. The Oaks maintain their lead, but it's cut down to 6-5. 8th inning after this on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Top of the 8th inning, Oaks up to bat. And here is Nico Lima, a righty. He is hit on the left ankle on the first pitch. He'll take first. He was 0 for 3 before that. He'll stay 0 for 3, but now he reaches base for the first time. New pitcher is Dylan Kelly, number 37 out of Santa Barbara City College. Nico O'Donnell threw 3 perfect frames out of the bullpen and struck out 3 batters. He was lights out. Must look like a beach ball when a guy like that leaves the ball game. Here's the pitch to Jacob Castro, down on the way for a ball. Dylan Kelly is the pitcher listed on the roster, but on the website, another 37, Connor Curry, I believe he's actually the pitcher right now. He's gone 1 inning this summer and has not given up a run. A strikeout and a walk. Curry, the lefty, deals, and it is bunted foul.
That would make sense considering Kelly is listed as a righty, and this pitcher is certainly not a righty.
Unless he's a really talented guy. Well, he could still be talented without being a pitcher from both sides, a Pat Venditti type. 1 strike now against the hitter Castro. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball lifted left side, shallow on the infield. Tevin Tucker makes the call, and he makes the catch at the edge of the grass on the infield. 1 away.
Now batting, third baseman, number 32, Ryan Yamashiro.
The Oaks have been an offense that has come alive late in ball games. Yesterday, that was not the case for Canio. They were held scoreless the final 5 innings of the game. Ryan Yamashiro is next. He's 1 for 3. Couple ground outs and a base knock to center. Lima on first has some speed. And there he goes from first. Pitch is low. Cadina's throw to second. It bounces. It goes into center field. And Lima steals second. Man, to have his power and to add some agility on the base paths, that's awfully impressive for Nico Lima, who steals his 5th bag in 7 attempts. Runner on second for Kaneo. 1 ball, no strikes to Ryan Yamashiro as we see a mound meeting. Even on days where Nico Lima doesn't have hits, which we've realized, especially this past week,
rare,
are few and far between, he finds a way to affect games.
And that's the mark of a great player. Even on an off night, you can make a difference.
1 ball, no strikes. Lima on second. Oaks up 6-5, looking for an insurance run. Connor Curry is the pitcher. A check of the runner. Now the set and the 1-0 pitch. Just a bit off the plate for a ball, 2-0. Connor Curry from Nebraska plays baseball there. 1-0 this past season with a 7.88 ERA and 4 appearances. Started once, only won 8 innings. Gave up 9 hits and 10 runs. 7 of them were earned. Next pitch, inside. 3 balls, no strikes. Curry missed the 2018 season. Pitched back in 2017. He dealt with a surgically repaired elbow. And that's a walk to Ryan Yamashiro as the fastball leaks inside. 2 on, 1 out for Kaneo. And Raul Sandoval will hit for Steele Ledford. He came in for defense last inning. And now Raul a chance to break this game wide open. Ledford finishes the day 1 for 3 with a double. Reached base, though, twice on an error in the second. The double to right field in the fourth. Struck out the other time. He scored 2 runs today. And now we see a meeting once again on the mound between the Foresters pitching coach and the entire infield. Raul this summer is hitting .235. He has 12 total hits, including 10 singles, a double, and a homer. Has 5 RBIs. Leads this team with 19 strikeouts. Though he's still been able to draw his fair share of walks, the on-base percentage is in good shape at .349. He's walked 6 different times. I think it's fair to say the Oaks are ready to win one.
They've been on the verge, I feel like, every game this week, and they haven't been able to come through.
It feels to me, yesterday, there was a lapse in focus and a lack of intensity when the Oaks first came out. I mean, they were down 4-0 after the first inning. Since that time, with the exception of the tough 8th inning yesterday where the Oaks gave up 5 runs, the intensity has been higher. The level of focus and attention to detail has been higher. Let's see if that translates in a big one here. 2 on, 1 out. Sandoval the hitter. The pitch from Curry down and away. Down and in. It bounces, slips away from Cadena, who recovers and picks it up before the runners can advance. 1-0. Kaneo 6 runs tonight. They got 5 in the second inning on 5 hits. Added another in the 4th inning. Sturs got the scoring started for both teams back in the first. A run in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, and a run in the 7th. The 1-0 pitch on the inside corner with the Express. 1-1. A chilly night has turned into a cool night here in Santa Barbara. Sun now almost completely gone. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 2 on. Big lead for Lima off of second. Connor Curry checks the runner and offers the pitch. Swing and a miss. Sandoval had eyes for Berkeley on that swing. And it's 1-2.
Berkeley. That's far.
North, right? Left field is north?
Well, regardless, that's really far, Jordan.
Yeah, well, it was a big swing.
Say maybe San Luis Obispo, but hey.
Hey, maybe. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Connor Curry stares in for his sign. The lefty sets at the belt. Takes a deep breath and checks the runner. Now looks back. Checks a second time and offers the pitch. Swing and a miss. Gets away from the catcher. Both runners will advance to second and third. Sandoval down on strikes for out number 2. But the Oaks have 2 in scoring position now for the catcher, Zach Kamenko.
Kamenko already with a 2-run double in the second inning. Has a big hit today.
Had the RBI single yesterday as well. Zach Kamenko this year entered today's game hitting 200 with all 4 of his hits as singles, scored a couple runs. He's driven in 2. But now it's 4 with that 2-run double back in the second. Kamenko taps the plate 4 times. 2 outs in the inning. Runner on second and third. Connor Curry back on the rubber. Yamashiro's on second. Nico Lima is on third. Now the set. A deep breath in the pitch. Off speed. Comes back for a strike. 0-1. This is the third pitcher for Santa Barbara. The Oaks have also thrown 3 guys today. Kamenko behind in the count, 0-1. Now the set for the lefty, Curry. His 0-1 offering. Swung on and fouled back. Nothing in 2. See if Kamenko could deliver another clutch knock. Two strikes against the catcher. Got the start yesterday. Had a good game. Another good one today. Oaks looking for the cherry on top of the sundae. 0-2, 2 on, 2 away. The pitch, low in the dirt, and Cadena blocks it.
Cadena's been working hard this inning. A lot of balls in the dirt from Connor Curry.
He's a really good player. I mean, there's no other way to put it. Guy's been on base 3 times today, played solid defense. There's something to be said about having an everyday guy back there.
Absolutely. Looks like there's going to be a little mound meeting here. Ump running out.
I think Connor Curry wants the ball to be checked out for a second. And a momentary pause in one of the more thrilling moments of tonight's game.
One of the biggest moments in the Oaks season.
We'll give the answer to the trivia question in the next half inning when the Foresters hit. We'll keep it quick. Stay focused on this tight one. 1 ball, 2 strikes against Kamenko. Lima on third, Yamashiro on second in a 6-5 Oaks lead ball game. Swinging a line drive left side down the left field line. Lima scores. Yamashiro scores. That'll be a stand-up double for Zach Kamenko. His second hit of the day. It's the Oaks 8 and the Santa Barbara Foresters 5. His second double.
What a massive hit from Zach Kamenko right there. It was a dangerous spot. They expand to an 8-5 lead, which is huge against the dangerous Foresters lineup. Perfectly placed.
It is their first hit since the 4th inning. A 2-run double for Zach Kamenko in the top of the 8th inning. And now a slow walk for Bill Pintard. Out to the mound to talk to his lefty, Connor Curry. Zach Kamenko comes through. And the Oaks don't get 1 insurance run, but they get a couple. They're up 3. And that's got to be a good feeling, not only for the Oaks catcher, but for that entire dugout that has really toughed it out through this 5-game losing streak. Seeing a pitching change, and we'll send it to a break with Kamenko on second. It's a new ball game. The Oaks have 8, the Foresters 5. Back in a second on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Gabe Baldovino up for the Oaks. Cameco's on second. Oaks a 3-run lead here in the top of the 8th inning. They're up 8-5 over the Santa Barbara Foresters. New pitcher is Brock Helverson, the 6'3", 180-pound righty from West Virginia. Now the set on the pitch. Swing. They peel to first. Did he go? No, he didn't. Baldovino did not break the wrist. And it's 1-0.
I'm not going to mince words, Jordan. That was the biggest hit of the season. And how about this for Zach Kamenko? 4 RBIs against the Foresters.
The 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Helverson has gone 3 2/3 innings this summer. Has a team-high 7.36 ERA. He's given up 3 earned runs. He struck out 4 batters. Swinging a chopper to the left side. It's 1-2 on the foul ball. And that's quite something to say, Zach. That's a lot to say, especially when a team's walked off 4 times in the early season. That's how big that hit felt for Zach Kamenko.
In this massive slump against this massive team. Massive hit.
A ball and 2 strikes, and the pitch in, fouled back to the screen. Connor Curry went 2/3 of an inning. He only gave up 1 hit. That was the hit to Kamenko, the Oaks' first knock since the 4th inning. He gave up 2 runs. Both were earned, walked a batter, and struck out a batter. Now the 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 called on an elevated heater on the inside corner. But not before 2 runs on a hit. No errors, a runner left. It's the Oaks 5-8. And the Foresters 5 as we head to the bottom half on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Bottom 8, and the Oaks call the number of Clay Rickerman from Cal Lutheran. Where's number 31 for Conejo? Comes in to replace Noah Matera. First batter he'll face is the righty Blake Hall, and he starts him off with a strike. 0-1. Matera went 3 1/3 as a breaking ball comes in. Ground ball to shortstop, fielded, the fire to first. Did Graham hold on? He did, and the runner's called out. 6-3. The Foresters thought that Kevin Graham, the first baseman, dropped the ball. But the Oaks will take that first out on the 6-3 putout from Pickett's to Kevin Graham, 1 away. Matera, 3 1/3, 3 hits, 3 runs. 1 was earned. Walked 4 and struck out 3. And a first pitch strike. Gabe Baldovino, the new shortstop for Conejo, coming in for Will Pickett's. So it was Pickett's, or it was Baldovino, not Pickett's, on the 6-3. 0-1 pitch, grounder to the right side. Backhand stop by Graham. He picks it up, throws to first with Rickerman covering, but he can't hang on. That'll be an infield single for Quentin Selma. That's his first hit in 5 plate appearances today, but the 4th time he's reached base. Before that at bat, he had 3 walks. So the tying runner on for Santa Barbara. Nick Bellafronto is next. He's hitless and 4 at-bats today. Reached on a fielder's choice in the 5th and scored. Rickerman's deal, it's in there for a strike. Clay Rickerman this summer for the Conejo Oaks, an ERA above 7 at 7.27. He's given up 11 runs, 7 of them earned in 8 2/3 innings. Called on in a big spot here. The 0-1 pitch with a runner on. Breaking ball, low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Back to your trivia question, Zach. And it was a good one, but I feel exposed because I'm definitely going to get it wrong.
Okay.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 away. Rickerman, his pitch, low and outside, 2-1 on a fastball. I'm thinking World Series wins. That's what we're looking for.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to give a wild guess here. I guess I'll say, I don't know, somebody like Ron Goodry or Goose Gossage, 2 old ones that I could think of. I mean, I know Gossage was a reliever. To be honest, I don't know too many old Yankee pitchers. 2-1, breaking ball outside, 3-1. Can't be Mariano.
He's up there as far as appearances, innings pitched, and saves, but no, it's not Mariano. Goose Gossage only appeared in a couple World Series. The Yankees weren't as good in the 70s and 80s as they were back in the day. I'll get you the answer after this pitch.
Now the 3-1 pitch, swung on and fouled back off of Bellafronto's bat.
So the answer, Jordan, is Whitey Ford. He had 10 World Series wins for the Yankees back in their heyday. He also has the record for losses with 8, so 10-8. And I believe it was 24 appearances. So he was a mainstay in the World Series for a long time, Jordan.
And congratulations to Vern Merrill, who actually got it right. You earn a heartful congratulations from the broadcasters. And unfortunately, our budget is too low to offer you anything else. Count still full, runner on first. Oaks up 8-5, bottom 8 from Pershing Park in Santa Barbara. Selma's on first. He reached base on an infield single. Now the payoff pitch to Nick Bellafronto. Low for a ball. And now there are 2 on with 1 out. Clay Rickerman issues a base on balls.
Even with a 3-run lead, you cannot back off against the Foresters. We've seen them unload for 4 runs, 6 runs, whatever it is, in one inning. They can get hot.
New hitter Zach Presno's already slung one dagger into the hearts of Conejo Oaks fans this season on his grand slam back in Thousand Oaks earlier this year. He is the tying runner in an 8-5 ball game with 1 gone in the inning. Rickerman's pitch is swung on and missed.
He was looking for another big fly right there.
How couldn't he? Guy with that power, he's got to be looking at that 310 sign down the left field side, and he's hoping to prop one over that wall. 0-1, 1 away. Rickerman, a long look at the runner at second. Breaking ball. A high fly ball, and I mean very high and on the infield. Baldovino's under it, and he catches it for out number 2. 1 more to go in the 8th inning. Ross Cadena is next.
It's a massive out right there. Not only get the out, but keep that ball in the infield. The runners don't advance, and there's 2 down, and Rickerman only has to get 1 more out to get out of the 8th unscathed.
Cadena's reached base 3 times today. 2 on hits, 1 on an error. Officially, he's 2 for 4 with a double to left and a single to right. He scored a run back in the 7th inning. The right-handed catcher with a runner on first and second, and 2 gone in the bottom of the 8th inning. Awaits the pitch from Rickerman. He starts him off with a slider outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Got a chance to sit on the bus with Clay Rickerman this past week. He said his main goal for the summer, get better and become a starter for one of the Division III powerhouses across the country, Cal Lutheran. 1-0 after a deep breath is low and away, 2-0. Baseball doesn't work out for Clay. He's interested in pursuing something in communications, maybe journalism. One of the only guys on the bus who has his computer open doing some hard work on the bus rides. 2 balls, no strikes. The pitch, swing and a high deep drive. Center field, medium deep. Raul Sandoval makes the catch, and the Oaks are out of the 8th inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, a couple left. It's the Oaks 8 and the Sturs 5 through 8 full. Top 9 when we come back on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Top 9 from Pershing Park in Santa Barbara. it's Justin Ammons' turn to hit. He is 1 for 4 with an RBI on a ground out back in the second. Struck out looking his last time up in the seventh. And here is Brock Helverson's first pitch, below the knees for a ball. Helverson at West Virginia this past season appeared 12 times, going 16 innings. He gave up 17 runs, though only 12 were earned, struck out 14 and walked 11. A deep breath in the 1-0. Outside, 2 balls, no strikes to Justin Ammons. Talking about it in the half inning, Zach, this could be a game, if the Oaks hang on and win here, that sets them on a little bit of a run in the next few games. 2-0 misses high, and it's 3-0 to one of the most potent base stealers in the CCL.
Finally getting the lineup filled out. Additions of Ammons, Graham, Castro, going to get Denton in a little bit. They could go on a run, definitely.
3 balls, no strikes, the pitch in there for a strike. If the Oaks hold on, all of a sudden that 3-hour bus ride to San Luis Obispo tomorrow doesn't seem as long. Then the off day Monday, and then 2 at home with the Blues, and then 1 against the Riptide at home. Ground ball to third, 5-3, and Ammons is retired. Villafronto to Selma, 1 away.
Second baseman Alexander Briggs.
Next week, the Oaks will also play 6 games in a row from Tuesday to Sunday. This is the 5th game in 5 days for the Conejo Oaks. They've lost the previous 4. Swing and a hard hit liner down the right field side off the bat of Alex Briggs, but foul. Briggs has 1 plate appearance tonight. He struck out swinging in the 7th. And now it's 0-1. Helverson deals the 0-1 pitch. A check swing on a spiked slider. 1 ball, 1 strike. Oaks trying to send everybody home, not just with a win, but with some heat in the car. 1-1, fouled back, 1 ball, 2 strikes. A lot of hands in pockets, a lot of heavy coats here. Unfortunately, I'm not one of those people. I brought a little pullover sweater. That is not doing the trick right now.
Remember, we're right by the ocean, Jordan. Right by the ocean.
Yep, that's important. 1-2, swing and a miss, and a strikeout to Alex Briggs. Second strikeout for Brock Helverson out of the pen. 2 away here in the top of the 9th. And Kevin Graham, who's hitless as a Conejo Oak, though he has the world of potential, will hit with 2 gone.
Was real close to letting 1 fly to left field last time up, but came up about 5 or 10 feet short.
Been a bit late so far. Takes a heater away, 1-0. Graham reached base in the first on a walk. Double play in the second. Out in the 4th and 7th innings as well. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on, fouled back to the screen behind home. We're across the 9 o'clock hour. It was a 6 o'clock start here from Pershing Park in Santa Barbara. We appreciate you joining us on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Jordan Brenner alongside Zach Engberg and Emily Hilsinger on production. A check swing, and it's outside, 2-1, excuse me. Oaks looking for a runner here. Up 3 in the 9th. The 2-1 delivery is foul tip back to the screen. Graham right on that one, but he fouls it back 2-2. 2 outs in the inning here. (8-5) Conejo. Pitch is high, and it's 3-2. After that 5-run second, the Oaks offense went awfully quiet from the 3rd through 7th innings. Only 1 hit, only 2 hits in that stretch and 1 run. The payoff pitch high and outside. Kevin Graham walks for the 2nd time today, and that'll bring up Nico Lima. He'll try and erase a rare 0-for. Today he's 0-for-3, was hit by a pitch, though last time stole a bag and scored a run. The first pitch to Nico. He attacks it and fouls it high out of play. No balls and 1 strike.
It's important for the Oaks here to keep pushing. Up 3, they can't be satisfied. It'd be great to get a couple more runs across here in the 9th.
0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. A disappearing slider. Down and away. 0-2. Outfield playing awfully deep against the power-hitting righty. Infield largely straight away with the first baseman Selma on the bag. Slider again in the dirt away. A nice stop by Cadena. He stops it with a glove, and it's 1-2. Helverson sets. His 1-2 offering. Swung on and chopped. Foul. Count stays 1-2. Jacob Castro next if the inning gets there. After him will be Ryan Yamashiro. Coach Solis calling time now. Wants to have a discussion with Nico Lima. Not sure what this is.
I think when he fouled it off of his foot. And I think Coach Solis wants to check and make sure. Or maybe he hit his hand. It looks like they're checking out his right hand.
A momentary break, and Nico confirms to Coach Solis that he is, in fact, all right. And the Oaks skipper scampers back to the dugout. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 away. Graham on first base. The righty Lima awaits the pitch from the righty Helverson, and he swings and misses at an elevated heater for a strikeout, the 3rd of the day for Brock Helverson. Bottom 9, though, when we come back, that's where it starts to matter. In this inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, and a runner left. Oaks, they need 3 more outs to break the losing streak. We'll have that finished for you when we come back on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network.
Find out in a second.
Kyle McKenna leads off bottom 9 from Pershing Park. The Oaks, losers of 5 straight ball games. The Sturs, winners of 7 in a row. Rickerman's first pitch, a slider, low below the plate. Connor McKenna today has 1 hit in 4 plate appearances. That was a single in the 7th inning. Our next pitch is a strike, and it's 1-1. A sac fly in the 5th inning for McKenna, and then a fly out and a fielder's choice in his first 2 at-bats. The 1-1 pitch from Rickerman, a breaking ball low, 2-1. Rickerman looking for the save for the Conejo Oaks. Swing a line drive into left field, a base hit. McKenna takes a big round at first, and he'll skip back to the bag with a leadoff single. And if you're the Foresters, that's exactly the way you want to start off this inning. They now have 5 hits in the past 3 frames, only 1 run to show for it. Tevin Tucker next, the shortstop. Tucker is 0 for 4 with a sacrifice fly. Shortstop who bats from the left side. Actually, we're going to see a pinch hitter.
For the Foresters, let's start it up. Sponsored by Chucks of Hawaii. Number 8, Jacob Catsby.
Jacob Catsby, the pinch hitter, batting from the left side. Rickerman peers in and offers the first pitch. Line drive right side, caught by the second baseman, back to first. A double play. Alex Briggs caught it, threw back to Graham at first. The Oaks get 2 on 1 swing of the bat, and they're 1 out away from victory.
What a massive play bet there by Alex Briggs. We've seen a similar play here at Pershing Park. First one was from Gabe Baldovino, but that one right there, Alex Briggs. 2 outs on 1 motion. Massive.
Final hope for the Sturs, Diego Harris, the center fielder. Rickerman sets and offers the first pitch in there on an off-speed pitch, 0-1. Harris has 2 hits today, 1 to center. 1 was a bunt. He has an RBI as well. The 0-1 pitch from Rickerman. Slider down in the way, 1 ball, 1 strike. Seems like all the bounces the past few days have gone against the Oaks. Today, a different story. Now the set in the 1-1 pitch, swinging a grounder into right field, a base hit. They won't go down easy. Harris, a single with 2 gone. Back to the top of the order for Eric Kennedy.
Back to the top of the order for the Foresters, sponsored by Pacific Press and Christina Sanger. Please welcome number 3, the left fielder, Eric Kennedy.
Kennedy, 2 walks today, but he's hitless in 5 plate appearances. He's 0 for 3. Stole a bag after reaching on a fielder's choice in the 6th inning. Kennedy entered today's game a .429 hitter with 13 singles and 18 overall hits. Rickerman sets a deep breath. Big lead for Harris at first. The righty deals the first pitch, swinging a high deep drive, center field, going back Sandoval. He turns around and corrals it. And for the first time in a long time, the Oaks are back in the victory column. They take this game 8-5 in regulation, and they snap a 7-game winning streak for the Santa Barbara Foresters. Oaks move to 4-9 in league play, 6-9 overall, and they hand the Sturs their 3rd loss of the season. They're now 11-3. It's a good feeling, Zach, to be back in the victory column for these Oaks, and it'll make the bus ride not only back to Thousand Oaks tonight a little bit shorter, but the one up to San Luis Obispo tomorrow morning a bit more pleasant as well.
I believe I said before the broadcast I thought 2-1 for this weekend, was a good, legitimate goal. They finally are filling out the roster, getting some relief arms, figuring out who's going to be a good starting pitcher, filling out the starting lineup. And right here, a massive win, biggest win of the season, breaks the slide, going into the game tomorrow in San Luis Obispo, which is going to be a tough game. A little extra, not motivation, but a little extra push for them. And then going into that off day, heading into next week. Massive win against a massive opponent to break the slide. This is it, Jordan. This is it.
That's what the Oaks hope for sure. The big hit tonight, the 2-run double in the 8th inning for Zach Kamenko. We'll try and see if we can catch him before the bus leaves. Not sure if we'll have time tonight, but we'll certainly try. Anyway, we're going to get out of here. An early bus ride tomorrow morning. The Oaks take this one 8-5. They finally get their first win of the season against the Santa Barbara Foresters in their fourth try. For everybody who made this broadcast possible, the Oaks and the entire Santa Barbara Foresters crew who made this possible. My broadcasting partner, Zach Engberg, and our producer tonight, Emily Hilsinger. I'm Jordan Brenner, signing off. Enjoy the rest of the night and a Conejo Oaks victory.